Prime Minister and his front bench have misled Canadians about what they knew and when they knew it. We know the Trudeau Foundation took money from the Communist Party of China. We know Beijing communist operatives were directly funding Liberal nomination and elections. The facts are indisputable, yet they continue to try and sweep the scandal under the rug to cover up their own interests. When will they stop misleading Canadians and call for a public inquiry?
Let me reiterate that we trust our public servants. We trust the national security community. And you know what the national security community said? That it was Canadians and Canadians alone who determine the outcome of our elections. So, Madam Speaker, while the Conservatives have already identified that they see this as a partisan issue, we don't. We are working incredibly hard to support our national security community to ensure that our institutions are robust and that it's only Canadians who determine the outcome of our elections.
The national security community told them and briefed Katie Telford and the Prime Minister weeks before the election about foreign interference. 48 hours before the nomination deadline, csis urged them to rescind the nomination of a Liberal candidate. Foreign operatives funded their candidates and the Prime Minister did nothing. The Prime Minister and his bench continue the cover-up. In law, you can't stand in judgment of yourself. Yet, that's exactly what this Prime Minister wants to do to cover up his own scandal. When will the Prime Minister call for a public inquiry?
Speaker, I'm glad the member opposite talked about this issue again because I find it a bit rich. The Conservatives seem to be talking out of both sides of their mouths now. The Leader of the Opposition can allow his MPs to cozy up to far-right members of foreign governments. They support the Convoy, which we know involved foreign funding, and then they grandstand about the impacts of foreign interference without actually condemning it amongst their own benches. Madam Speaker, if members care about Canadian democracy, they should call it out in their own benches.